Hello, it's Colette. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to find members of your soul tribe. First things first, what is your soul tribe? Well, I believe that we are reincarnated and come back every life with soul clusters of soul friends, soul partners, anamcara, soul friends. These people that come with us in most lives, maybe not all of them. Um, and we come with some sort of soul contract with them as to what we're going to learn from them or how we're going to, they're going to learn from us. And it's very much, the more and more I do past life stuff, the more I enjoy seeing how straightforward some of the soul connections are and how they repeat quite a lot if you have not actually learned your lesson. Now that's a whole other video, and if you would like me to do more on past life stuff, just say so in the comments below, and what would you like to know. But this video is first of all an acceptance that we do have soul friends out there, and a lot of people will come and they'll say, I'm feeling lonely. I feel as though I don't fit in, Colette. My family, I don't feel as though I actually belong to them, or the friendships I had since I've changed and become more spiritual, they're not there for me anymore, or I don't connect with them, and that's causing all sorts of problems, and I'm losing friends, and there's all this sense of, where is my soul tribe? Where do I meet these people? What do I do to bring them towards me? And it can be a big problem. But what I would like to say is, before I go into the wee things I've got written down here, is be patient. Apart from my kind of two daughters, who were desperately part of my soul tribe, and I knew them from the minute they came, but apart from that, and maybe a few other people, I actually didn't start to meet my soul tribe until I started following my Native American path. So I was about 36, 37, and I didn't meet the anamcara soul friend who would become my soul sister until I was about, possibly about, I was about 38. And it came about through doing one thing that sort of was like, dominoes falling, that I connected with one person and another person, another person, another person. Before I knew it, I was building up my soul tribe. But I felt I didn't fit in for a long time. I had good friends and family, but after a while it was like, they don't understand me, but I have to go my own way and do what I feel is necessary. And as I say, I tend to get people who have maybe started that process, but they're feeling very alone. And even the connection with someone like myself can say, can help by saying, oh, wait a minute, you're not alone. That happened to me, and that happens to that person, that person. And I think this is where social media comes in very well, because we're connecting with a lot of people. We've never met them, but that's not to say they're not soul friends. That's not to say that they're not anamcara. So, how do you meet your soulmates? Not soulmates, sorry, your soul. I mean, soulmates is another thing as well, but let's just say soul tribe for the moment, because hopefully if you pull your soul tribe towards you, you'll also bring a soulmate if that's what you need. That's certainly what happened to me anyway. Right, so here's my tips to show the universe that you're kind of ready for your soul friends and your soul tribe to come towards you. And the first one is be authentic, be yourself. The universe has to kind of try to match you up and allow the connections to come. And if you're not being your authentic self, there's kind of wee barriers put up there, which can look to the universe as though you're not ready for this person yet, you're not in the frame of mind for this person yet, you're still hiding behind stuff, so no. So when you're moving forward spiritually, it's important to actually be your authentic self. Now, that authentic self will still have pals that are your pals, maybe from school, or friends that maybe are colleagues, and it's important to be authentic and also appreciate them for what they are. They're your friends, they're people that are still very, very valuable and valid in your life. Just because you're moving up the way doesn't mean that you need to leave all of them behind or actually cut yourself off from them. But there comes a time where you'll know that you need more than that group. But you still have to be thankful for those friends and family members who've got you to this stage, and be prepared to be authentic in that, but also authentic in, I'm moving forward, I'm doing this is my spiritual path, this is the way I want to go. Try and not hide things too much. I know sometimes if you're in a job that's very, very formal or whatever, it's not necessarily good to be seen as the mad kind of witchy person, or she's the dreamy Pisces or whatever. I understand that. But out with situations like that, be your authentic self. And even when you're in situations like that, be as authentic as you can within the parameters of the place that you're in. So then you have to ask yourself, who is your authentic self? That's another thing. Work on that. Just be authentic. If you're doing something and your guts are going, no, it didn't feel right, you're not being authentic. If you are passionate and enjoying and moving forward and feeling good about things, you're being authentic, okay? So be authentic, and that's the first way of the universe starting to bring your soul tribe towards you. Right, next one, which is kind of similar, value yourself, right? You are moving forward spiritually. You're going to meet up with other people who are very much maybe on the same timing in their journey, or they might even be mentors, might be further ahead, and you really have to be able to stand in your own aura as such and say, this is me, I value myself. That can be a hard one because, our minds can bring in all sorts of doubts. Am I a good person? I was a wee bit bitchy about that person, or I did that. But it's important that you meditate, and you meditate on you. You need to learn to value yourself, because it's not a case of, if you don't value yourself, nobody else will. Sometimes people will come in and see your vulnerability and value you from day one. So it's not necessarily true that, if you don't value yourself or don't love yourself, no one else will, because there are exceptions to that. But by valuing yourself and how far you've come in your journey, you are showing the universe that you're ready to connect with your soul tribe. And yes, it's always a work, what do you call it, a work in motion, or you're always working on things. So, but if we put off valuing ourselves until we feel that we've got everything right, we'll never value ourselves. So value yourself as you are in this moment, at this time, now. And the universe will see that, and if that means looking at yourself in the mirror each morning and going, yeah, you're a good person, I like you, in the mirror, obviously, then that's what it'll take. So be authentic and value yourself. The next one, again, all quite similar up to a point, is walk your talk. Walk your talk means that you don't present something to, it's hard to explain, but you literally, once you start walking your spiritual path, there's no ins and outs. There's no, well, I'll walk my talk at the weekends, and I'll do everything else during the week. Or I'll walk my talk on a Sunday when I go to church, but I'll be a right bee for the rest of the week. Walk your talk 24/7. Every minute of the day, you walk your talk. Because if you don't, you're very much confusing the universe as to where you are. Do you value yourself? Are you authentic? You need to walk your talk. Now, that you can still be in a job that you don't like, but still walk your talk. You can still be kind to people. You can still be compassionate. If my kind of core belief is compassion. Now, as a pharmacist, I was still compassionate to people. I walk my talk. Also, it's important that you're seen to walk your talk. To be that person that would attract someone, that would, if someone maybe like me and thinking, I like the energy of her. She's nice. She feels as though that would be a good friend for me. And if you're not walking your talk, you're not being authentic, and that connection can click out of place a bit. Walking your talk means that if you have a path you're following, you follow all the time. You don't pick and choose, and that takes discipline. But there's no reason why you can't follow your path every day in everything you do. I don't see the problem with that. I really don't. That's the way life should be for spiritual beings. And yes, it takes discipline, but it has to be done. So think about what your path is and make sure that you're walking it and being seen to walk it. And as I say, let's go back to the sense of the job or whatever. If you've not got a job, if you've got a job that very much this sort of thinking wouldn't fit in, that's fine. You don't have to go in as, your feathers or a pentagram or whatever on. Just go in and do your job in a spiritual way. Don't gossip. Don't be unkind to people just because you're in a bad mood. Walk your talk, okay? Now the next one, this one is very important to me, and it kind of changed the way that I found that people were coming towards me. I think I've always been slightly extrovert, or quite a lot extrovert at times, but I've always attracted people to myself. Always had pals and friends and colleagues and acquaintances, and even like getting asked out, stuff like that. So I think I have that sort of extrovert energy, but it was only when I started to accept that I'd moved up a level and that I was vibrating, say, a different energy. Basically what happened was that once I started do that, I didn't want to be in places that didn't have those sort of people in them. So the next hint is to allow yourself to go to places that would allow you to connect with higher vibrational people and avoid places that don't. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have the odd night out or whatever, but you're more likely, if you're walking a spiritual path, to meet your soul tribe in a spiritual place or a spiritual gathering or a spiritual online group than you are to meet them in a pub where there's loads of swearing going on, or there's loads of, cattle market stuff. Think of the vibrations of the places you're going. If you walk into a place that you used to go into all the time, maybe the same pub, the same club, but you're changing, you walk in at one point and you'll go, you know what, I don't want this anymore. I'm not interested. And I don't feel connected. Now, at that stage, that's a very good indication that you're ready for your soul tribe to connect. So start going to places. As I say, I would say one of the two turning points. 1996, I opened up my first premises as a clairvoyant, and that brought loads of people towards me, some of whom became friends and are still friends. And then the following year and a half, I was very drawn to a workshop with a Native American elder. And I went, and it was like dominoes. I met this person, I met that person, I met a good friend, and then he introduced me to his partner, and his partner and I became soul sisters, and all the families, and it just went like that. So I'm not saying don't go down the pub. I'm not saying don't have nights out. But what I'm saying is seek out similar-minded people. Seek out similar places to learn, and even to actually celebrate things. Allow yourself to be drawn to higher vibrational places. There's a difference of the vibration of, say, a nightclub or a pub to a kind of spiritual Reiki gathering. Do you see where I'm coming from? Very, very big difference. And you're moving away from that sort of lower energy into a higher energy being. So eventually you're not really going to want to be around stuff like that, but you will go for your night out, you will do this, that, next thing, but there'll be more of a connection to other things. The vibrational thing, I haven't talked about that, but you look round about you and you'll see, whether you feel a person's on a low vibration or is in a higher vibration. It's if you look at someone like, say, Trump, there's a low energy about that person that just makes your flesh crawl, in my opinion anyway. That's me walking my talk. I still get to say what I feel, okay? So I feel there's a very low vibration going on there. But if we look at, maybe Eckhart Tolle or Amma, the hugging saint, Dalai Lama, or even some of your friends and people that you know that are very spiritual, Pope Francis, the energies that come from these people are like there instead of there. And you, as you move along your spiritual path, will more and more connect with the higher energies and let the negative go. And you'll more and more connect with places that resonate with that higher vibrational energy. So please allow yourself to go to things like that, like, oh, there's a mediumship night on there, why don't we try that? Oh, I need to just get to the seaside today and feel the beautiful earth. Go do it, The vibrational aspect of the sea is amazing. A forest, amazing. It's not just about people, it's about places. And sometimes in doing that, you'll find where you've been in past lives. You'll connect with the land, you'll connect with a place. And that's what it's all about. And that's what the excitement's about. And I want to hear your stories as well. We can do far more on this. Now, once you've moved up that way, you have started to pull more of your potential connections, or maybe made a lot of connections. It's all part of a journey. You then have to allow the lower vibrational people to go. Now, what happens if that's your family? You don't need to go, hey, big knife, there you go, you're gone. I don't mean that. To be authentic, which is going back to the first one, you can say, this is me, that's not me. I'll maybe do what I have to do in those situations, but it's not me, this is my authentic self. And some people that are very, very, very low vibration and are bad for you or toxic, carry a lot of negative energy, yes, they have to go. They have to go, whether they're family or friends since primary school or whatever, they have to go, because you can't chill that energy. It would be like trying to fly up high with, say you were an eagle with a stone attached to your claw. You're not going to get very far, if you're weighed down. So yeah, you have to start letting very, very low vibrational people go. But you can do it in a nice way, okay? Now, my last thing, which I'm sure I want to do more in this actually, is set the intention, right? So you know what's happening in your being, your authentic self. Now you have to say, Spirit, Universe, Durga, Jesus, whoever your deity is, even your higher self, Universe, you set the intention, I am ready to meet my soul tribe. Please bring these people towards me because I am ready. I am ready for the connections. I'm ready to give them what they need from me and take from them what they're meant to be giving me. Set the intention. Make it a magical ritual if you want to. And every day, go out open and ready to be there and ready to grab those connections that come. And when they come, bam, you'll know. Sometimes with a soul tribe, your initial reaction can be like, oh, what's happening? You don't know if I like that person, don't know. When I first met my soul sister, I wasn't too sure about the energies that were coming off her, but literally that didn't matter. We knew that we were going to work through whatever circumstances were there. And that has proven to me that the way that you can actually, my soul sister, we've actually done a blood ceremony, and that allows us to be seen as blood sisters. But even if we hadn't done that, we are soul sisters, and anybody that sees the two of us together and watches us knows that. In fact, some people have actually even commented that we look like one another. Now, the thing is, she's tiny and I'm not, and she's quite quiet and I'm not. So they must see something that is like, yeah, you two are family. And I really like that. And those type of people, those type of connections are waiting on you. How exciting is that? They're waiting on you. It's so good. I have my soul tribe. I'm open to more people. I've accrued some soul tribe members through Facebook and YouTube. And who's to know where it's coming from? Be open, be ready. So be authentic, value yourself, walk your talk, avoid low vibrational places and people up to a point. Put yourself in places where you could connect with people and set your intention, and off you go. And I believe in doing all those things, your soul tribe will come to you. Maybe not all at the one time, but one person, a connection with one person can all that is needed to go like dominoes. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you like this video and want me to do more on past life and past life phenomena, I'd be happy to do that. Give me a like. Let me know what you want in the comments as well. And also, this side, there should be a wee button with my face on it. If you press that, it will take you in to subscribe to the channel so that you can comment. You do need a YouTube account to be able, and a subscription to actually be able to comment. But it's all free and it doesn't take away your bank details or anything. So if you would like to just press my face. So let's take it from there. I hope you enjoyed this and many blessings. Let me know in the comments box what you think of my ways of attracting your soul tribe. Do you know your soul tribe? Have you got members that you just know are your soul tribe for this life? Tell me. I'll be interested to hear. And I do answer comments, all of them. Many blessings.